Hello everyone and welcome to Retail Archaeology. Today we're going to be taking another look at Metrocenter Mall to see how it's doing since some time has passed and also since the Walmart is opened. And as you can see here, the Walmart is open and it's pretty busy, but it's actually not attached to Metrocenter Mall. They leveled the old Broadway anchor for this and then built this Walmart there, but there's actually a gap between the two, so it makes the mall look kind of weird. Now we're going to continue our tour by taking a little bit more of a closer look at some of the outside of the mall, like the Sears Building for instance, because I find this mall just to be really architecturally interesting. I love that building. Now here's the Dillard's, and this is also another interesting looking building, and I love those lights in the front. This Dillard's actually only occupies the top floor of their building now, though. It's a Dillard's clearance center, kind of similar to the one at Fiesta Mall. And here is the long-closed Macy's, and you can see the label scar there, and we'll get a closer look at it here in a minute. This is one of my favorite buildings, is this old Macy's building. It was originally a Goldwater's, and I love the front entrance there. It's so grand and so 1970s. It's fantastic. And I love the gold tiles. Look at how high up that goes. That's just absolutely amazing. I love that. This anchor has been vacant since 2015, and it's really starting to show the fact that it's been vacant, as we'll see here in a little bit. I love these tiles. If they ever knock this building down, I want to rummage through the rubble pile for a few of these because I love them. And I really like the stonework, or I guess you can call that pebble work, on the columns here as well. You just don't see that kind of stuff anymore. Metrocenter Mall opened in 1973, and a lot of the outside of it is very stylistically the same as it was when it opened. For example, this old Goldwater's, which eventually became a Macy's. It was a couple of different anchors in between. Totally empty in there though. And here's another entrance on the other side, and this one's really gross actually. Look at all those spider webs. I always found empty department stores to just look really eerie. Now this is another empty anchor. The last thing this was a JCPenney's, but it had been a few other things as well in the past. And there's an elevator, or was an elevator, inside this big glass column kind of thing here. It goes way up there. You can see there a few of the windows have been broken too, and they've just replaced them with wood. This anchor has been vacant for a while as well, and it's starting to show inside. You'll see here there's pieces of the ceiling falling down, and you can see the door for the elevator there as well. And here we're looking in that glass column area, and you can see the back door of the elevator there. Now let's take a look at the inside of the mall. And as you can see when we get in here, it is even worse than the last time we visited. We visited here on a Saturday afternoon. This is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's just not a lot of people here, and there's many more vacant stores. I do love that tile floor though. That is one of my favorite things about this mall. You can see here they've just got a whole set of escalators blocked off and not working. And this is just not a healthy look for a mall on a Saturday afternoon. We're walking towards the Sears right now. And one of the other things I love about this mall is the skylights, the circular and rectangular skylights. Makes it very bright in here. To give you a little update on some of the recent history of this mall, the last time it changed hands was in 2012 when it was sold to the Carlyle Group for a little over $12 million. And they had stated at the time that they hoped in the next 5 to 6 years to redevelop it into a mixed-use residential, medical, business, and retail area. But like I said, they bought it in 2012, and they said 5 to 6 years, so we're starting to get towards the end of that time frame, and it doesn't look like any sort of redevelopment besides the new Walmart has really happened or is planned anytime soon. And like I mentioned, it's getting much worse. It's starting to get to the level of how Fiesta Mall looked when I first started documenting it. It's really dying in here, which is really unfortunate. Another really interesting factoid about this mall is that, like I mentioned in my other videos, this was used in the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure as a filming location. This was San Dimas Mall in the film. It looks a little bit different now because it was remodeled in 2007. Although a lot of the stuff that was done here still looks 90s to me. For example, the tile floor and everything. Now this strut lab thing really caught my eye because strut was actually something I participated in high school in the late 90s, and if I remember correctly, that stands for Students Refurbishing Used Technology. And basically what we did is we took old donated computers and refurbished them to donate them to nonprofits and schools like that, and we got school credit for that. I got my A+ certification doing that, which is not current. Like I said, it was in the late 90s when I did that. So another sign of a dead mall, there's like I wouldn't call that a charter school, I guess, but there's like a little educational thing going on in there. There's the Phoenix Sofa Factory over there. And I love that elevator. Seriously though, like 1 to 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and this is what it looks like. GNC all the way across the way there. Another dead mall staple. And another really cool skylight. See what I mean though? That looks very similar to how Fiesta Mall was looking towards the end. Another reason why I wanted to do this video, kind of a selfish reason, is I recently acquired a new camera. So this is being filmed with a brand new GoPro Hero 6 Black that I recently got. And I chose that camera because it's little and it has a lot of different filming options and features. Like I can film in 1080p, I can film in 4K, I can film in ultra slow motion, but also it's really tiny. And it films pretty smoothly, I think. So you have to let me know down in the comments what you think of this camera. And also what you think of Sassy there, and why Sassy didn't make it. This store was cracking me up too because it was a vape shop, which is already kind of lame, but then they had fidget spinners in the glass case as well. I guess the fidget spinner slash vape business model wasn't sustainable. Now this is interesting. What we're looking at here is the interior entrance to that old Goldwater slash Macy's anchor that's now empty. And you can tell this is old school department store with the big glass cases there. And you can see the tile also matches, although they've painted it white, which sucks. That tile was gold at one point inside the mall as well. I've seen old footage of this mall in the 1980s with that tile being gold. I don't know why you would paint white over it like that. It just looks awful. I don't know if you'd even ever be able to get that white paint off of there, although I don't know if anybody cares either. And here we can see where the entrance to the Walmart would be if it was attached to the mall. And this is another wing that is very dead. There's nothing down here except for the anime store, which a lot of people have commented on the previous video about. Well, this time I actually got a little bit of footage of the inside of the anime shop in case you're interested. And as you can see, there's actually some people shopping in here. I was actually kind of surprised to find people in here with it being the only thing open all the way down on this wing of the mall. I want to take a minute to thank Body End Tag for once again providing the music for this episode. I'll flash a link to his Bandcamp page down there so you can check out this particular album, which is OS 10 Paradise, and one that I enjoy quite a bit. That storefront there, that marbled one, it's been empty for a while, and that's actually one of my most favorite empty storefronts in this mall. It's like the definition of aesthetic right there. And we've got a now and then 1 and 2 trinket shops down there. Let's take a quick look at the food court, and you can see this is also not busy. I think this is about 1:30 in the afternoon at that point when we filmed the food court. And you can see there's a lot of vacancies in the food court, a lot more than the last time I was here, and not a lot of people eating. Very quiet for a Saturday afternoon. I do want to mention that we are going to be documenting the area around Metrocenter Mall as well as it changes and evolves into what it's going to become eventually. Who knows what that's going to be, but there's a lot of other interesting things surrounding Metrocenter Mall to look at, so definitely expect more videos on that coming soon. And look, here's a cool arcade. And I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because there's actually some old school games in here, and I want you to be able to hear what an old school arcade sounds like inside a dead mall. Love that Street Fighter 2 cabinet. I used to play a ton of Street Fighter 2 in the mall when I was a kid, and it was really cool to hear that cabinet again. It warms my heart to see these games going in an arcade in a mall, even if it is a dead mall, and who knows how long this arcade will actually be here. Now what we're going to take a look at here is probably the busiest area of the mall. This is right in front of the guest services and security desk, and this is where life is still clinging to a little bit. But if you remember Fiesta Mall, that was kind of the last holdout area too, was right near the guest services and security desk. There was some stores still open, the play area, you know, things like that. So again, very similar to Fiesta Mall. I'm gonna leave you with this shot of this little empty store just because I thought it was cute. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this update video down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Also, make sure you're following at the social media links down below because YouTube notifications have been trash lately, and that's the best way to find out when I've got a new video out. And also, if you're not a subscriber already, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. And once again, thanks for watching.